Put in a dip in your hip, a glide in your stride. Welcome to the mothership, the home of the travelers of the universe, with shows throughout the week. Everything you want, everything you could need. From the paranormal to the supernatural, from the spiritual to the unknown, from emotions to comedy. You can find us at Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and so much more. This is Rift Nation Network, the RNN. And now, your featured show. Shall we begin?
Disclaimer. Please note that this podcast may contain materials that some listeners may find sensitive, offensive, or disturbing. We strive to create respectful and informative content, but topics discussed may include mature themes such as violent, explicit language, or controversial subjects, triggering content including discussions related to mental health, trauma, and or sensitive issues. Explicit language. Occasionally our guests or hosts may use some strong language. While we aim to handle these topics with care and empathy, we encourage listeners to exercise discretion. If you find any content distressing, consider skipping and seeking support. Remember that this podcast is not a substitute for professional advice. If you need assistance, please contact a qualified expert. Welcome, everybody. How you doing? I'm Susan.
I'm Marci.
So, when you get a lot of people on, you're kind of going like this to point to the direction that they're in. I noticed that from back when we're doing the other one. So how are you guys doing today? Don't forget, as always, like, subscribe, and follow to the Rift Nation Network. And don't forget to check out the sponsors. Sponsors help us put on content. So that is an awesome thing actually coming on. So today, I didn't have a chance this week because I had so much going on. I swear to God, every time I put my phone down this week, it rang again. Do you ever just want to go back to those times? I mean, tell me, Marci, if you guys do too. But hello, Linda. Hello, Michelle. I would love to go back to the 80s when the phone only rang when you were home.
Well, what was funny when I would do like readings on Psychic Powers Network.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't ring. And then the minute that I would go like empty the garbage, or it's like you missed a call,
Yeah.
Or all of a sudden it's like the energies are connecting and these people are connecting the energies. And so all of a sudden the phone starts ringing, whatever it is that's going on. So
I mean, I don't mind. I'm always there to help somebody, but sometimes I'd like to be able to, I don't know, sleep in the morning. I don't know. I find it hilarious. I mean, but if the phone rings and say it's Vanjie and she needs me to do something, I'll go do it. If it's Jacob and he wants to talk, that's fine. But it's when you get woken up by phone calls from people you've told 20 times that your name is not Maria. This is not Maria.
it's all, and then you get the international. I have friends in England,
Yep. Oh
and then
my God. Oh my God.
or it's like my friend Don, who I've been on this journey with for the last 50 years. He got a new phone with a new name on it, and so it's Clark, and he's like, and luckily I recognize the name because I usually don't even answer the phone. But my
Yeah.
head is spinning. There's a lot of energy. I've lost like 9 pounds on my diabetes, so it's averaging
That's good.
3 pounds a month. So it'll be interesting when I get retested how much my thyroid and the diabetes is.
Yeah.
Just very happy as far as getting that energy back.
I know. I like that. And I would have to say, honestly, before we get into like the spirit guide thing, I do like having the cell phone. I just wish it wouldn't ring so much sometimes.
Well, mine would like click off. It's like it would all of a sudden say "Do not disturb," and so I would get these messages, and it's
Yeah.
like the phone had a mind of their own. Where
Mine's on do not disturb as of 10 o'clock every night. 10 or 10:30, mine goes to do not disturb. And every now and then I will check messages, but it really does. It's really weird. But what we're talking about today, of course, if we ever stick to topic, because we don't, but we can try real hard, is what we can do, is we are getting into a lot of people will feel alone. And I think that's why our cell phones ring off the hook, is because a lot of individuals, they'll feel alone, or they'll feel trapped, or they feel like they have no one. Well, you always do have people. You have your spirit guides, but a lot of people don't know how to communicate, or even if their spirit guides are communicating with them. So today, if we stay on topic, which, we don't always do that because, we're here to help. But if we do manage to stay on topic, hopefully we can help you guys out in understanding a little bit more about your spirit guides. I mean, spirit guides in themselves, they come in many different forms. They can be angels, loved ones that passed over. They can be ascended masters. They can be animals. I know there's other types too. Help me out here, girl. Come on, chip in.
Oh, I'm just not trying to disrespect while you talk, and
Chip in, chip in.
well, because I'm thinking about my own life in between my hospital bills and
Yeah.
where I'm living. And I was talking to Susan about this, and I went into like this whole meditation, and they're telling me like Monday, talk to, but then I was seeing a whole bunch of them, like a group, like you are with
But
us.
what would they be labeled, the guides that you were speaking with?
Well,
Were they
this time I was
angels,
seeing.
ascended masters? What are they?
Well, this time I was seeing more of the angels. I was getting Metatron. I was getting Elohim. I was getting Raphael. I was getting Michael. And it's like almost like a circle within a circle within a circle, and you're in the center of the circle.
Right.
As to them coming in, healing, clearing out old energies, that that you are more one with them, because
Right.
everything is one. And
Yes.
so as you release more, and I was surrendering, because if you ask for help, they cannot help you unless you ask for help. And so because we have free will. And so I'm like, okay, help me, and they said, well, send you something.
How many of you guys out there have trouble asking for help, even with your own guides? Or you feel like you don't even know if your guides are listening. It's like, am I talking to myself? How many of you out there have either ever felt like that or feel like that right now? Do you feel like that sometimes? I'm sure we all do.
Oh, there's times I've had nervous breakdowns and
Yeah.
and I'm like, I can't do this anymore with whatever I was going through, the manipulations with my sister, or being out of control, or not having money, or whatever it is going
Yeah.
on. And it's almost like you were talking about being alone. And I've done that
Yeah.
where I've lost my job, I've lost a car, but what they want to do is they want to strip us so
Yeah.
that we get into our essence of who and what we are. So sometimes they take those things away so that we could go into, okay, this is who I am, this is what I'm about, or I'm going to get stronger as to, I'm just feeling it in my head again, um, the energy that's going on. So they'll say you'll have synchronistic numbers, or
Exactly.
or things will fall off the wall, as far as pictures or things
Hmm.
dropping or
Yep.
whatever is going on, or a song will come up, and so
Yep.
there's different ways
There
that they're
is. There
communicating.
really is many different ways. Michelle also agrees that, yeah, I mean, sometimes you feel like you're talking with yourself, but there is actually several different ways that spirit guides do communicate. But if you want to hear them, and again, you could, like Marci said, through dreams, through numbers, through synchronicities, you keep seeing the same thing over and over again. There's many different things, but in order for you to have that ability to listen to them, one of the things we need to do is we need to be more present in our life. And sometimes that is very hard to do because even me, I will get lost in what I'm doing, or I'll have, because of the ADD part of me, I can't have one project going. I've got to have more than one project going at a time in order to have that ability to be able to get them all done. I know it's really weird. I'm great at multitasking, but doing a single thing I can't do. So
Well, and they also
sometimes I
said,
get lost.
and that's, I'll hear like, go take a bath, like I just got done with my nap, you
Right.
know, the visions. And then the one that I had a few days ago was, I was seeing a white river, and then I was looking up that, and that's the balance. And then, but I was also seeing white flames, and so I looked up the spiritual meaning of white flames,
Right.
and then that's the whole harmony, balance, energy. So I think my body is like, despite all the craziness you're going through,
Right.
because the more we're into the stillness, when water is boiling, we can't see clearly.
My turn.
I know, when so it's like we
Yeah.
have to learn to be in that stillness, and whatever rises,
Yep.
um just take it, write it
And
down.
it's difficult for individuals, especially adults, because when we were in school, Gen X, okay, we're Gen Xers.
Right,
When
right.
we were in school, it was like there's no labels of ADD, this, that, and the other thing. It's like just stay focused and get it done. And
Well,
it's
and
like it
again,
was just do that, do that, do that. And a lot of us, we don't learn that way. Like I very good at doing several different things at the same time. In a crisis, I don't collapse till it's over, and I can go boom, 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 boom.
but
Okay,
that's
that's
being on
done.
that.
Then I go.
Well, that's a higher energy, and
Yeah,
a friend of mine that I used to do readings for was a therapist. So we would talk about like the ADH children are actually the indigo children, because, like I've said before, the school system, it was brought around the industrial area, so we were taught to not question authority, you
mm,
know, go when the bell rings,
yeah,
all these things, and they're still doing that, you
yep,
know, as to, like they were saying, they need to teach the kids finances, filing stuff, check cashing, but all they do is math. It's like, well, it doesn't help us, like my mom worked in a bank for 23 years. I remember saying that I wanted to open up a bank account. Well, she looked like she was going to have a heart attack. It's like,
Yeah.
whatever,
Okay. Let's try to. I'm
what?
trying to find somebody somebody just mentioned they're seeing a lot of numbers. Now, the angelic number range, of course, 111, 222, 333, 444.
Right.
But I'm actually looking for the meaning of all of these, if I can find it. Okay. So if you seeing 111, I think it was Michelle. Michelle has been seeing a lot of numbers. Okay. So I can read off real quick what I just found this. And again, I'm searching on the internet, but intuition is 111, which means trust your gut and listen to your heart. If you're seeing the number 111. Now, if you're seeing the number 222, it's alignment. It's just you are in the right place at the right time. So it really depends. Which numbers are you seeing all the time? Are they the angelic numbers? 111, 333, 444, 555, 1212. I don't know about that. Might be a Marci thing. Let's get to 333,
Well,
444,
that again
555.
is like 3 and 3 and 6.
Yeah.
The master
333.
numbers, or I will see a clock, where I'll see the doors open up and it's like, okay, we're doing the 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, and what I've been seeing before is like they're now in me instead of like away from me. So I'm like
Right.
getting closer to whatever those energies are.
This is pretty ironic. Check this out. The number 333 is called support. This means your spiritual guides are around you, sending you love, support, and guidance. That's ironic. That really is. 444 is protection. It's the universe and your spiritual guides are protecting you. And I forgot what the other one was. But that's pretty ironic with the 333, 555. All right, so the 555 is change. Something new is coming. Now, what about 1212?
Well, you got to add the numbers together.
Yeah. Well, I know certain angelic numbers mean certain things. So are they talking the numerology number 12, which
12 is
they would
usually
add
like
that
the
to
12
a 3?
disciples.
Yeah.
The 12 disciples, the Christ energy.
Okay.
All that stuff that goes on with 12.
Right.
Or we'll wake up at like 3:33. It's like our most spiritual times.
Right.
Like I did another automatic drawing. And it's funny because I was showing it to Ren, where it's always these crosses that I'm doing and all these stars, but they're in different places she goes, it looks like sacred geometry. And I go, it is sacred geometry as to the different drawings that I'm doing, whether the pictures are connected or they're automatic writing. But I was playing with that idea I need to do another drawing. And
one second, hon, 1 second. Do not literally let's see. Listen, I am in the middle of a live show and you are trying to advertise, and I do find that kind of rude. So if you could please contact the Rift Nation Network on contact the Rift Nation Network on Facebook or YouTube, that would be great. But do not please post during a live show to promote blah, blah, blah. It's a little rude. So I just get rid of that one. So,
well, we don't even do our own advertising on stuff.
Yeah, spam. I call those spams. But yeah, don't do that. Send an inbox message. It's more professional. That is not professional, what was just done. So sorry, Marci, go ahead.
No, it's okay. I mean, if you guys, a lot of times they tell me not to show my drawings, but then they said it's okay that I do that. If you guys want to see a lot of my drawings,
more than a stick figure, you're an excellent drawer. I do stick figures.
Well, what's funny is I was seeing the patterns of where they are.
Let's look up 12.
I started off with see, things are dropping.
Oh, 12 is an angelic number. All right. Yeah. Michelle, 1212, angelic number, is the sign of divine grace, guidance, protection, and positive energy. It actually means you are on the right track in your journey and that your dreams and goals are being manifested. It also symbolizes harmony, discipline, control, and realignment of your values. Oh my God, I didn't know that. I
Yeah,
did
it's usually
not
the
know
Christ number.
1212 was an angelic number. Hello, Phoenix. So, but yeah, 1212 is also an
So
angelic number.
here's some of the automatic drawings that I've done.
You know, I look at that and I think of the windmill when I was a kid that used to stick out of the car. Remember
Well,
those?
yeah, I remember those.
Yes. I'm
And
showing
then,
my age.
you know, but they're
Huh.
always like moving in different places
Yeah.
of what's been going on. And then a lot of times I get the automatic writings along with it that are happening. The one that I just did recently was this one.
Huh.
But it's all like the sacred geometry, the triangle, the three,
Right.
and then like the angel book that I was showing that last time.
Right.
Then those are different meanings of the drawings. The serpent, the circle. Each one of those we don't know subconsciously. If you want to draw, just draw. It's you don't have to rationalize it. Your subconscious will know.
Right.
You know, so just trust whatever it is going on as far as guidance or
Yeah, I
pathway.
still draw stick figures.
I know, I do too.
Hey, if we can interpret a blending of weird colors, I'm there.
Well, you saw mine. Mine are all like these colors. Either I'm doing pencils or crayons,
Oh my God.
or they're telling me certain
I don't
colors.
see a lot of that. Okay, so I'm trying to think. Okay, number sequences is another way to actually look this up. But yes, we need to be more present in our lives because, as I stated before, we get lost in our lives. And Marci is sitting here channeling, and I'm getting lost and not even finding my keys half the
No,
time. So,
I'm not channeling now. I channeled last. I did this. For some reason, I felt like it was time. You
yeah.
know, as far as the drawing because
What? Otis.
oh, your cat, dog.
Dog.
Oh,
He's sitting. He's what? Is Daddy around the corner hiding?
maybe he sees spirits. A lot of times the
It is.
animals
He
they'll look
knows.
at walls. They'll start talking. You
Yeah.
know, you might have your guides popping in.
No, he does. There was one time I forgot to tell you this, and I just remembered. After my mom passed, I think it happened a couple of months ago or something. Could have been 2-3 months ago. He had a certain look that he used to get excited every time he seen my mom. So he's
Right.
sitting there coming out of my bedroom before you go into the living room, and he's like, literally all excited, like my mom's there, and his front paws go. There was nobody
It's-
there, as far as physically, nobody there.
Right.
Yeah,
Cats are good for the astral. They're purring, and then the dogs are good for the physical.
right.
You know.
Yeah, he gets
That's-
real excited sometimes, and other times he'll sit there, and it's really weird. And I know we're falling off topic, but since when we don't
That's what we
fall off
do. We
topic?
go on that one subject after another.
But it's like JR will be sitting in his chair and I'll be knitting. And it's like I'm watching a movie, and all of a sudden the noise comes from one certain direction. And you see both my man and the dog's heads go
Right.
towards the same direction at the same time.
Well,
Yeah.
we have portals in our houses.
Yes.
And mine are all these mirrors, and and a lot of times they'll just pop in. One popped in, like I can almost see them, what was going on. So if there's like a certain area where it's cold or
Yeah.
it changes temperature, then there's like spirits or portals or
Now, could some of those be spirit guides when you're
Oh, yeah.
feeling that certain energy?
Yeah, it's like when Abby was in Illinois, and she's the one that channeled Elohim, and the Arcturians come in and it gets really, really cold. And we're
Okay.
both in two different areas. And like, are you cold? It's like, yeah, are you cold? So a lot of times, yeah, the room temperature will change,
Right.
you know. So you can say, oh, they want to do a tone. Can I finish my sentence first? You know.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
But, you
Come
know,
on.
I want to do the tone while your dog's here because animals love my tones, or birds do.
Yeah. All right, you ready? Hold on, we're gonna test this. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, you ready?
Yep. What'd you think? You want it back in your ear? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Wants another one.
I love watching dogs' expressions. I
Gosh,
had a friend, and
it's not me. It's her. It's
I
Marci.
know. I had a friend that had a rescue dog that was just the dog needed Prozac, and
Oh,
I
wow.
would go to her house, and they'd get in these arguments. It's really funny watching them because she would leave and he'd come back, and then I would sit on her couch and he would lie on top of me and he put his paw on my mouth. I mean, they give their messages like they like what's going on.
Yeah. Oh, he liked it. It was like he was listening, and then he heard his. Then it's like I took the headphones out, and he's trying to
That's
get the
what I'm like
headphone
saying.
back in his ear.
And you know, and it's funny where like I used to talk to Gayatri in India in our 12-hour difference.
Oh, wow.
And so she would have the birds. She ended up doing automatic drawings of dragons all the time after I started doing healings with her. And so she actually made dragon tarot cards.
Oh, wow.
She goes, Marci, I wasn't planning on drawing it. And then, but you would hear the birds outside. Or I have a video where there was some wild horses when I was doing the mentally challenged people, and they took us to the wild horses.
Yeah.
So I've got this video of me with the wild horses like surrounding while I'm doing the tones,
Right.
and their ears are going up. That they respond really well to it.
I like that. I think, there's so many experiments we could actually do with your actually tones and the healing power. Because if I had speakers right now, I don't. I work off headphones because remember back when we used to do like all the chakras and you would tone and everything. Otis was in there listening to all of that.
Right.
So, and he loved it. And now he's getting hyper. See, I did the tone and now he's running around playing with daddy.
Well, and there's one time where my dog, almost had cancer, and they were like trying to say that, that it'll be $1,200. Travis and I took Sugar to the vet, and we're like, no, we're not going to pay that. So my friends are like really aware, and I ended up curing her of her uterus cancer. She died like 5-6 years later.
Right.
But it wasn't like it was sudden type of thing. She died an old dog. But they are really aware. And I actually have on my YouTube, I said toning with sugar.
I remember your dog.
My little one?
Yes, I remember your dog. And yes, your dog loved your tones. I remember that. I might have an old video. I'll have to go through the old videos and look for that. My dog lays on me and listens to this show every time. See? So it's not just Marci's like toning and the healing and the sound and all of that isn't just literally for us individuals. It's for all of us. It's for our four-legged friends or our two-winged friends, whichever one you actually choose.
And if you look at my YouTube videos, it's one of my first ones I had because I was doing a lot on the Truckee River, where the leaves are moving with the tones. It's the wind changes, the energy. It's like Dawn, my friend in San Francisco, who used to do a lot of band bookings and stuff, she called me her science project for 7 years. And then
I would love to do that sometime, even if it wasn't on a show night. Literally get Marci live and just watch the water behind her and the tones. I would love to do that sometime.
Well, go on the YouTube. There's a lot of them. There's one I took my crystal,
Yeah.
and it's funny because they're doing an indigenous Hawaiian Asian day on
Oh.
Sunday.
Oh,
So
wow.
Travis and I are going to go. So I'm going to bring my crystal staff with me.
Oh, nice.
Get in my native thing, take pictures.
Yes, pictures. She's going to share pictures on Facebook, right?
Yeah,
Yay.
because the energies of it, as far as the vibrations,
Yeah.
the crystals.
Do you have Native American in you? Because I see that in you.
No, I've had the two lifetimes. One, I was Little Gray Cloud, where both
Oh, that's
Shauna
right.
and
Okay, the picture
Suzanne
you
did
showed me that.
the
Every time I look at you, I see Native American in you.
No, I know, and
Yeah.
and then I have the other one where I don't know if my ex took the picture or not, but a channel drawing where I was a white eagle, the chief among 12 chiefs.
Have I seen that?
So she would whip them out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get into it. My friend Sam's a shaman, and I got like this big wand with a ball on one end and a stick on the other. The dog, I wanted that one. And I'm like,
yeah. Oh my God, here we go. We're always falling off topic. Okay, guys, listen.
It's flowing.
It's
like,
just the way it is. If
I
you
remember,
want
like,
to
I
look,
wanted
and
to-
that's what she does. Marci actually looks for signs. When I get out of my own way, because my biggest issue is I get in my own way. So I really do. Half the time I will get in my own way when I know I'm supposed to go somewhere. It's like a part of my brain says, ha ha, no, not yet. So I don't know. So I got to learn to get out of my own way. Is literally take that time, take that breather, and look for those signs, look for those synchronicities.
Well, and if your body, and that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
It's like the one of the first times we had the 89 earthquake. And I was friends with in Berkeley in California.
Oh, yeah.
And I was going to go visit my friends that were tarot readers, or I was going to go home.
Right.
And that's where I stopped and I paused. And I go where the wind changes, or directs me as far as what's going on. And so you listen to which way to go. Does this feel right? And it's a muscle.
Right.
Well, if you get into all that stuff that's flowing, or there's times I'm like, I need to go now, or there's other times I'm like, I'm stopping, I'm burping. So I don't know if you're releasing or what. The stopping,
I'm learning to get out of my own way.
Well, yeah, you got to be in that stillness. Oh, and Susan, I want to tell you something. Remember, like when you were saying that when you meditate, you get this triangle thing that goes on like this. Bashar said that it's actually three different energies. It's like the negative and the positive and the point. And I thought about you with that point as to the center point of the energy. So there's three different ways that we go. And if you look at the tip of the triangle, which I think you subconsciously do, it's that center point of in between the negative and the positive.
Yeah.
So if I am going through fear or whatever it is going on, I'm like, that's not my belief system. I'm going to release that energy. And then so I'm not going to feed into that fear despite everything that goes
hey,
on.
Howie, how you doing? No, we always go at 7, hon. We always go at 7 o'clock. This way, if somebody has an investigation and they want to put it on live, we're gone before it gets dark. That's why we go on at 7. But since I've been doing the numerology on the other show here and there, I started to notice certain patterns in myself by actually, as I'm learning, I'm showing individuals at the same time on Tuesdays. And since I've been doing that, I'm noticing certain aspects about myself. And I'm like, oh, I do get in my own way. Oh my God, I do stop myself from doing this. Oh my God, that is me that does that. Well, where have you been?
Hey, Howie.
So it's like the numerology aspect of the things that I've been studying. And working as I learn something, I'll do it with others. And I've been learning so much about myself. And I think it's been helping me get out of my own way. So it's like, I swear to God, it's like I got a car, right? And I got this little itty bitty bug. And I says, okay, before the bug goes anywhere, I'm going to park a Mack truck in front of it and see what happens.
Susan, you need to get that book, You Are Your First Name.
Is that a numerology book?
Yeah.
I don't think I have
so
that one.
Mine's so torn up. I'll go get that one. But it's so torn up. It's like it's in bits and pieces. I need to get a new one. Like for fun. Hold on. It's in a plastic bag because it's falling apart.
That's okay. I wrote it down.
I know.
So, guys, the book is called You Are Your First Name. Ed says, Marci!
I've got the back of it.
Well, we have a tendency to start with one topic and end up going to several
that's what
different
makes
others.
it fun. It's like I remember like I was in a church thing. And
Yeah.
they have like the person like, oh, you can only talk when you have the stick. You know, and then they got mad. I know. It just ruined everything. I'm like, we need to go with the flow. So
my God, that's an old book.
This is like when I first got a channeling, they pulled this book out. So I'm gonna read your vibration of your name because I do have the essence. What?
My first name is Susan.
I know it's Susan.
I go by Sue most of the time.
I know.
Because when I was in trouble, when I was a kid, my father would say, Susan. Okay, I know it did something wrong there.
Tell me if this fits your personality.
Okay.
Major talent. Ability to incorporate supportive nature, nervous, creative energy.
Yeah.
And gifted artistry into career. Is sensitive, gentle, and diplomatic communicator. Has patience, spontaneous enthusiasm, and difficulty making decisions because it's seen both sides of an issue.
Yes.
Combines imagination, strong personal ideals, and feelings of being special. Has opportunity to leave a lasting image through drive for superior quality and disapproval for mediocrity. Thespian, psychoanalyst, and crusader for uplifting causes are possible career opportunities.
Wow. Yeah, I do.
Personality ingredients. First impression is aristocratic, aloof, and introspective. Strives for solitude, timeless beauty, and perfection. You were talking about that before.
Yeah.
Inwardly wants practical, methodized material achievements, desires down-to-earth relationships, but may switch hit to an ivory tower.
So the Gemini comes out.
Seems confident, but is very vulnerable. Okay, then you got personality extremes. Because mine is like instinct to heal with Marcia. I can't find mine because I took out the picture.
All right, so Michelle, I'm trying to remember your actual first name. Michelle wants you to read hers. Now, Michelle, right?
I don't know if I have the M. Oh, wait, I do have M's.
We know when Marci goes over a book a lot. That usually means it's a good one. Yes, Michelle.
I'm looking up. Mine is not there. It's like
no, it's Michelle. See if it's there.
That's what I said. I should get another one of these. I got to go back on Amazon.
Well, maybe they updated some more names.
I don't know. All right, we're on M.E. Millard.
M.I.
Okay, with it M.C.I.M.I.C.H.E.L.L.E.
Yes.
Okay.
Michelle, here you go.
Ability to incorporate practical method and economy into career. Is dependable, honest, constructive, has material awareness, analysis needs, orderliness, and precision. Combines competence, work, and attraction to business. Corporate administrator, mathematician, statistician, and skills communication technicians are possible career opportunities. First impressions attracting, friendly, and current. Strives to be popular, entertaining, and optimistic. aims for beauty, pleasure, and kindness, inwardly individualistic, changeable, and a rebel. Wants to pioneer, lead, and set the pace. Feels impatient, ambitious, and forceful. Should focus upon social or artistic self expression. Personality extreme, too curious, or too cautious.
Huh.
Does
So
that fit you?
I don't know, Michelle, does that
Sounds like
fit you?
you.
Linda would like to know if that book is based
Are we doing
on
numerology names?
yeah, yeah. Linda wants to know if that book is based on numerology of the letters of the names
Okay,
as
I'll read
numbers.
the
Hold on.
back of the book since I don't
There
have
you
the
go.
front
I'll
of the
just
book.
post her question up. It's easier.
Okay, I'll read the back of the name,
Okay.
the book, since I don't have the front. I mean, you can see it's a well-loved book. Okay, every letter of a first name reveals the hidden vibrations of that personality. First names are the vital keys that eliminate our talents, emotions, weak points, outward appearance, and secret desire. You Are Your First Name provides the first easy to use dictionary for over 1,000 names, which detailed insight personality profiles. You could do your own readings quickly and accurately size up anyone in seconds, handle personal conflicts, gain the upper hand in business dealings, and anticipate the outcome of any social exchange. Whether you're naming a baby, because we do pick our birthday, we pick our names,
Yeah,
we
our
pick our
parents
parents.
pick our names. Yeah,
Well, no, we pick our names. It's all a vibration for our karma. You
oh,
know, it's like I have a lot of eights in my name, which is like power. You
right.
know, Bakita did my numerology, and it was like even I was born on the 26th, which is another eight. So we pick our name, we pick our vibration, we pick our birthday.
Huh.
So potentially a lover, boss, getting a promotion, or just having fun, you'll find the ultimate instinct to have instant key to human. You Are Your First Name. Ellen Dodge is a well-known numerologist to business executives, politicians, and
Yeah.
stars of stage, screen, and television. Teacher, author, and lecturer, Miss Dodge has made many radio, television appearances on major radio shows across the country.
Wow.
I know.
See, with me with numerology, I haven't even gotten to letters or names yet. I have been sticking with the birth date, and the cube method. It's
Right.
the Palladium method, the method that I use, and we're talking about isolation and all kinds of other things. But as far as how to add them up, so I've been dealing with different aspects of it. I haven't even hit letters yet. I mean, this is a long time coming for me. But
Yeah.
another thing you guys could do, I keep jumping back, even though we keep jumping out, but that's what we do.
That's what we do, but it makes it
Yes.
more interesting. So
We
it's not
talk
like
about
people,
20 things at the same time and still can follow track of what we're doing. So, how? I don't know.
everything's
So, it's like,
interconnected.
I have no idea.
And then it's you were like saying, well, we only have a few people. I'm like, different people like different things. So it's going
Journaling.
to resonate with different people on
Yeah.
whatever they need,
Yep.
you know. As,
Journaling, guys. Journaling. I say journaling for everything, but journaling your spirit guides, journaling so you can see what it is. Because a lot of us, especially with people like me, that when you get focused on something, I have what is known as tunnel vision. When I'm
right.
focusing on something, that's my focus. So what's happening around here? No clue. No clue. So
I
I
can do
focus.
that.
Unless I write it down, I won't remember. That includes the grocery store. Oh, I like this. Michelle, Michelle says, we're women. That's what we do. We jump subjects and still follow train of thought.
They have actually, Susan. This is how I communicate with men. I was watching on different communications with men because everything links to another thing, and so whatever it is that's going on. So men's brains, they go A B C, literally.
Okay.
Okay, so we go A B C D E. We go all over the place. So when I talk to a man, I will go ask a question. They will go in their man cave. They will think about it, and then they'll come back out. So when you overwhelm a man with too much information,
I'm sorry. I have to say this first. I love my baby sister. I do. But she is worse than me when it comes to jumping subjects.
Right.
And it gets to the point where I understand the man cave, because I think I have a Susan cave when it comes
Right.
to my sister. Like I said, I love her to death. She's a
Right.
sweetheart. But I will just, yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. No
Right. It's
idea
like,
what she's talking about.
and then
Lost
they're
track
like,
of it a
they
long
don't
time
listen to me.
ago.
So women, the men come home, the women are at the door, and then they dump all the stuff on them, and the men are like, they have to use 5% of their brain. My son will come in you see him, he comes in for 5 seconds,
Yeah.
he says hi, I make 2 sentences, and he leaves. And we have a great communication. And if you understand that's how men's brains are made literally, you
Right.
have to make it simple, because they are not equipped like we are with.
Well, I
Going
think,
all
yeah,
around the
because I
place.
think that women have a tendency to jump subjects.
Because
We
we can
jump
go
from
into
one
different
to
parts
the
of
other
our
to the
brain.
other, but to us, that's normal. So,
Right.
like poor Howie over here, comes into the topic of conversation, and he's like, "Well, where are you?" And when I'm filling in on a show with him, he'll start in one direction, and the next thing I know, that one direction gives me an idea about something that's
Right.
way
And
over
that's what we do
here,
all the time.
and
Yeah,
I'll
like we're
bring
back
that
together.
up, and he's like, "Oh my God, here we go again." That's it. Howie's going to explode, the poor thing. But that's
So
what
Howie,
it makes
don't take
me
it
think of.
personally. It's how men's brains are made.
Yes.
And so and I read, the communication between the men and women, more of my books,
Yeah.
and they've had studies on that. And I watch on TV about the difference. I have a light bulb moment. I could feel it, like their energy's going, yes,
That's
And so,
Howie. He's just not saying anything. No, Michelle says fact. She agrees.
what?
Yes, men in their caves.
Yeah, and you
Phoenix
don't talk.
over on YouTube. She said, so what does Susan mean, since there's 2 of us? The Phoenix is actually Susan, and she came in after you read Susan. So she wants to know
Oh,
if you'll read Susan again.
well, does everyone else want to hear it? Because we only have a certain amount of time.
Yeah, we've got 11 minutes left.
Right. And so that
Yeah.
takes a couple of minutes, and then some other people might be left out.
Yeah.
Tell
So
her to
is
go.
anybody else? Because she
Oh,
did
no,
read
go
Susan
on to,
earlier. Yeah, you can always watch the replay.
that's what I was saying. Go on to
Yeah, go
YouTube.
watch the replay.
And then,
Michelle get to find out what her does. She said, what did she say? She said somewhat follows her, not totally, but somewhat. And interesting. Then I wonder if say my full name is Susan, but a lot of times I will go by Sue or Susie. Does that mean that's what our energy name is? Because according to
somebody was saying,
numerology, that would be what
somebody
our
told me
energy
a
name
long
is.
time ago that when I sign my name, I'm supposed to sign my full name.
Right.
It's the vibration of it. Also, it's like when you get married and you change your last name,
Yeah, that affects
that's
it
a
too.
different vibration
Yeah.
as far as so there's all these different things, but like my daughter, I named her after both her grandmothers.
Right.
And somebody did her numerology, and she says, well, she's 28 now. She won't talk to me. She's into money. And then she's going to be into money until she's 30. That's her lesson.
Yeah.
And I had to let that go. I'm like, okay, you want to go be around rich people, ignore me. That's your journey.
Yeah. It's like when I picked Destiny's name, my daughter, her name is Destiny V, just the initial V. She used to get in trouble in school. Just a little funny story here, but she used to get in trouble with school. And they would say, okay, what's your middle name? She goes, V. Okay, so you spell that VEE? She goes, no, V. It's just the letter V. And that's it. Go to the office. And she's like, but that's my middle name.
So everything is a vibration. Your birthday, your number. I mean, they have your life path. They have your birthday. Like my life path is a 2, which I have to do with parallels. It's a whole big intricate. And then my sister, who thinks she's like some spiritualistic, but she's a narcopath, she would like start doing the numerology because she felt like that was her calling.
See,
My son has a lot of 8s. Huh?
yeah, I started because I kept getting random numbers in my head.
Right.
Synchronicity, random numbers. Well, evidently I'm supposed to learn about them, so that's why I started doing it. See, it really depends. According to Marci's book, you would go by your first name. But according to numerology, it's the name that you use that carries the energy. So it really depends on what it is that you're talking about.
Well,
Like, I don't
and you got
use
to
my middle
remember,
name at all.
there's also the Betty Bethard book that I have, the Dream
Yeah.
book. She does numerology also. So she has where you do your first, your last, your personality, and then you go into your date of birth. This is just more your vibration of your name
Yeah.
and the numerology, but it goes into your personality of it,
Right.
which you can see.
Well, hello,
Mine is
Keith
instinct to
Van
heal.
Hallen.
What?
Keith Van Hallen. You shouldn't give your kid a name like that. Going to get her in trouble. Whatever. Good talk. No, we couldn't agree. See, me and my ex, we couldn't agree. The only thing we could agree on was the first initial of the name. I wanted her middle name to be Valentine because she was born on Valentine's Day. He wanted it to be Victoria. So we ended up with the letter V was the only thing we could agree on. So it was kind of funny though.
And it's funny because my ex is like an old hippie. We're both hippies.
Yeah.
He wanted to name, when I was pregnant, he wanted to name her Aura, and I'm like, no.
Rosebud, flower.
Luckily, his mom's name was Laura, and I'm like, if he works with me, which he did all night with the girls because she was a 10-pound baby, I named her after both of the grandmothers.
Right.
But no, Aura. I mean, as much as I'm spiritual,
right.
I'm not going to put my child through that.
Yeah. So you're thinking as far as names. We're sitting here when we're women, okay, we're thinking about names, or even men, when they're getting ready to actually have their children. Who gives us those names? Why do those particular names come to us? Is that our spirit guides pushing those names in, or is that something from methods from a while ago?
I saw the name on a country commercial. I'm like, I like that name. But then actually, and he goes, you tell me that all the time, Mom. His name is Crossroads,
Oh, wow.
And so you think it's like, and you'll feel it out with whatever's going on. My sister's name means House of God. God knows my mom didn't know that. Daria,
Ah, so Keith Van Allen says, go with Moon Unit like Zapper did.
Yeah, that's just Aura and Moon Unit, I couldn't do that.
No, I mean, it is, you figure either way, when our guides are coming around and energy is coming around, whether we're talking about a name that comes up or synchronicity or things that are coming into play with us, and we're sitting here trying to remember everything that's happened and all these things that are actually coming around, we are getting like synchronicity, like the letter V.
Well,
that was all we could think of.
Then you go into the past lives, and
right.
my American Indian name, when they were doing the transmedium work, they were called Little Gray Cloud. I'm like, oh, Little Gray Cloud, is that like a bad name?
Yeah.
And then it turned out to be the healing energy, and my spirit's a jaguar, or So then you go into the other names of past lives and the vibrations and what we were and why we were, or whatever is going on, or resonate. We'll hear something. It's like, oh, I can relate to that energy.
Yeah, because I've always wondered, like, why when women are, when we're getting ready to give birth, names, even guys, certain guys will say, no, I need this name. I mean, is it because, okay, that was my father's name, I have to have that, or is it the energy of the guide that's pushing the importance of that particular name on? So this way the energy carries over with the individual.
Well, mine's is instinct to heal.
Yeah.
The letter, I don't even know where I've got to get another book of this. Yeah, that and my hands-on healing.
I still have that. Mine's in good condition.
It's all in paper bags too,
Yeah.
because it's like in pieces. You read it so much.
Yeah.
I gotta do a tone, so I think we're releasing stuff.
I
You
think
know,
so.
as far as I don't know, if people are feeling the resonance of their name and why they named it, whatever's going on.
I just gets curious.
What?
Voila.
All right, let's go on. All right, so I get to do a low one.
Total
'Cause I know you like
silence.
what?
Total silence.
Well, I'm getting ready to do a low one because I know you like the combinations.
Yeah, I do. I love it. Marci hits me high, hits me low.
Well, and it's like I'm getting as above and below.
Yes,
The higher ones are like the
exactly.
cosmos. The lower ones are like the pyramids. You know,
Yeah.
the jaguar
So what does he
energy.
say here? Keith said, hold on. So Keith said, Mom thought Keith was pretty. I didn't like it at first, but other people do. I find that true too. I did not like my name growing up. I think I've grown into my name. But how many of us really like our names?
Well, the thing that's so funny is,
Yeah.
my real name is Marcia,
Okay.
Marcia.
But everybody calls you Marci.
No, they call like I go because they see on my typing they call me Marcia. So I go to Baldini's and they're like Marcia, Marcia, Marcia. You know, so all the workers.
Yeah.
So it's like half the time it's like okay, you know, I just let them go with whatever it is that goes on.
See, most of the time I use Sue.
Right.
But lately I've been trying to use Susan to see if that'll switch some of the energy to help me get out of my own way, as we were discussing earlier, sometimes synchronicity. So maybe if I move the energy of the Susan back in rather than just using the
Well, it's a cool
Sue, it
vibration
shifts
too.
the energy. Yeah.
You know.
So what
So
the hell? We'll try. We'll
well,
try.
then we started that was, but at least it is good because if we plan on a certain subject, it might get boring but everything is linked. So if
Yeah.
you start off with one thing, I mean, my guys. It's like that. She was looking through the book when I got the channeling and say I do psychokinesis, and she was looking up the name of the guide, and I forgot the name of the guide. But that's how I got that book.
Huh.
Is you know through that. If
Yeah,
you
see, in me, I've been researching numerology, and then I go into Savers the other day, and lo and behold, I find this in Savers. Looks brand freaking new. Brand
well, you
new.
were okay. Well, look at you were guided
See?
by it.
Okay. And I only paid $1 for it. So,
Well,
I mean,
okay.
yeah.
Look at that. As we're
It
going
was like
back to the
all of a
original
sudden, I've
subject.
never, ever seen a numerology book there.
I know,
So,
but
yeah.
Sue, look,
I'm
we're
finally
back.
paying attention.
We're doing full circle.
Yeah.
You were guided to that book. There's
Yeah.
times like when I moved up here because Mike had messed up my he did professional evictions and all the other stuff.
Right.
But the number jumped out at 500 Linden
Right.
when I moved up here. And it was like, because I'm so friends with Sherry, the one with the 14 kids, but her family ran that thing. I ended up getting an apartment because he had blacklisted me as far as what was going on. So things will jump out at you. Like you could practice doing permission slips with tarot cards. See what part of the picture jumps out at you.
Yeah.
Or the ruins. Just, let that muscle of things coming out of you, that's their guidance, like pay attention or things dropping.
Yeah, it's either numbers or a lot of rune symbols lately. It's what's flowing to me.
Right. And
So,
that's maybe your calling right now.
yeah.
To
So
get
that's
that
why I've been doing the
mathematics or vibration.
divination as well on the Tuesdays. All right, so we got about 1 minute left. Any last words, Marci?
Just one more tone.
Ooh, okay. I'll send this time. Let's see if you guys receive.
it was interesting. I was chatting with Raven because we were talking about how we got rejected on all these psychic websites, even though we're really good at it. When I was doing my tones, I was actually seeing codes coming out of the tones because we have that light language energy that goes on.
Yep.
And Raven would say, "Oh, gold's coming out of your mouth. Pink is coming out of your mouth." She would see the colors,
Right.
but everything is a vibration. Colors
Right.
are vibrations. Numbers are vibrations. You know, if we all look at that frequency, somebody's releasing something on that tone. I could feel it like on the left side going on.
Yeah, see, I've been getting that doing. Hello. Enjoyed the show. Thank you for the information. You're welcome. As usual, guys, if there's any questions you have or something that you'd like to work on yourselves, that's what we're here for. That's what Beacon in the Dark was actually built for. It was built for us to assist you. We might be chatting back and forth about different subjects, different topics, or healings, or working with sound. But as always, we're here for you first. So if you ever come up with an issue, a problem, a topic, we're here to light and to guide you and to help you. And that's what we're here for.
And go into Susan's name because it fits everything. You want to know Susan's personality or calling? Just go back and listen.
Yeah, I got to go back and re-listen to that myself. All right, guys, I want to say thank you so much.
Much love to everybody
for tuning in tonight. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow to all of the Rift Nation Network's channels. And watch after there. Pay attention to all of the God, I love when I have brain farts. I swear to God. It must be the blonde in me. I should really dye my hair another color. It doesn't work that way. I wish it did. Anyways. She's falling asleep over here. So anyways, check out the Rift Nation Network sponsors. You'll see them after the show. And check them out. Give them drop them a line, give them a hand. It also helps the Rift Nation Network. And don't forget to check out all the shows on the Rift Nation Network. So I want to say peace.
Peace and aura.